How do you advise sisters who do not want to get married because they are afraid that they will disobey their husbands and go to hell? Are you majnoon? And ones who argue with you saying, why are women who will be the most punished in the hellfire? Because of these kind of foolish questions, that's why. Look, the Prophet ﷺ, he saw the hellfire. He said, Wallahi, I was shown paradise. From the fruits of paradise, I was shown paradise and I saw its fruits. And I reached out. If I was able to grab it, then you would have eaten from it till Yawmul Qiyamah. He said, I was shown hellfire. And when I was shown hellfire, and by Allah, I have never seen anything more terrifying than it. And I saw that the majority of its inhabitants were women. Why? Because women are prone to this type of emotional, this, when something happens or her husband does something or some harm comes to her, that he will allow her emotions to lead her to the extent where she will harm herself. She will oppress herself. She will fall into sin. She will fall into ingratitude. So much so that the Prophet ﷺ said that a man does everything for a woman, and then just once he does something wrong, and she says to him, you have never done any good for me. One thing wrong. Always providing for her, feeding her, clothing her, dressing her, buying her gifts, looking after the children, taking her out, taking her wherever she wants to go. Then one day he makes a mistake. She gets so angry. What does she say? You have never done any good for me. So when sisters speak like this, I don't want to get married because I'm going to disobey. Well, don't disobey. Be obedient. Be obedient to Allah, because Allah has commanded you to be obedient to your husband. With regard to that, why are they the most punished in the hellfire? Because of the ingratitude. Because of comments like this. You are questioning Allah. Why, oh Allah, will you do this? You are in a position to question Allah. La yuqal lima wala kayf. As the Salaf of the Ummah, they used to say, it is not to be said to Allah, why? Why did you do this, oh Allah? You don't ask Allah, Allah will ask you. What? You are going Yawm al-Qiyamah to question or be questioned? You will be questioned Yawm al-Qiyamah. It is not for you to question Allah. It is your job to avoid being from those people who will enter the hellfire. Yes, men will enter the hellfire. Women will enter the hellfire. Jinn will enter the hellfire. Yes, they will. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us and protect our families and our women folk from that. But our job is to recognize that when the people are thrown into the hellfire, I don't want to be from them. That's what you should be aiming at, my sisters. How do I protect myself from the hellfire? Be obedient to my husband. He is a door to my Jannah. It is half of my religion. By way of my treatment of my husband and raising of... How are you going to have children if you don't get married? How are you going to have children? How are you going to earn the reward of educating and cultivating and raising your children as a cause of you entering into Jannah? How are you going to look after the house of your husband if you don't have a husband? How are you going to earn that reward? How are you going to earn the reward that when you have a relationship with your husband, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards you? And it is counted as a charity that you have given. How are you going to enter into Jannah through any door of Jannah that you please, if you don't fall into the category of that hadith and obedience to your husband? How are you going to be obedient to your husband if you don't have a husband in the first place? Because you've decided you don't want to get married. Marry, my sisters. Don't fall for that argument. It is a fallacy. It is from the deceptions of shaitan. How can you live in this society and not get married? That in and of itself is غير معقول. It doesn't make any intellectual sense, any rational sense. That a man and a woman live in the societies that we live in the West, and that in front of our visions and in front of our eyes things appear. things that we desire, and then on top of that we say we don't want to get married? Is there something wrong with us? Which man in his right mind, or which woman in their right mind would not wish to get married in the society that we are living in today? Look at all of those benefits of marriage. How much reward after reward after reward multiplied over and over again for the woman who marries, and she looks after her husband, after his house, after his honor, after herself, after the children. All of that you're going to just throw out the window because of this?